Hi there, this is Larry Edelson with my Uncommon Wisdom video for Thursday, September 24th. I'm actually recording this on Wednesday, September 23rd. So we might be, when you get this, might be one day behind in the action, but not much has changed, and I do not expect much to change until later this week, especially after we hear the results from the G-20 meeting in Pittsburgh and the FOMC meeting in Washington with the Federal Reserve on Wednesday, and the announcements that will be coming out. The news won't change any of the short-term trends. It will basically cause some volatility, but it won't change the short-term trends, and it certainly will not change the long-term trends. Let's take a look now at gold, which I've been following very closely for you over the last few weeks. I'm going to show you again the same chart that I've had up for the last couple of weeks, showing you the potential for a breakout formation here. However, I am still not convinced that this is the big move up in gold. Gold is looking strong from a superficial point of view, and even from this chart formation, as I've shown you, it's broken out above it. But one sign, in addition to all the others that I've mentioned over the last week or so, that this may not be the big move up in gold yet, is the fact that we came down and tested support in here, then we came back up, but we didn't immediately exceed this previous high here just a few weeks ago. So in a formation like this, you would normally see gold test it and then really springboard higher, and we haven't seen that yet. It could still happen, and it might well still happen, with gold getting to a new record high above 1,034, maybe even up to 1,050. But that does not mean that this is the next big leg up in gold. So I don't want you to be nervous, feeling that you missed out. First of all, if you've been following me for any course of time, you're long gold from much, much lower levels. And secondly, if this is the real breakout in gold, gold is going hundreds of dollars higher, to $1,500, to $1,700, to $2,000 and higher. We will have plenty of opportunity to add positions and make a lot of money on that move when it's confirmed. Same thing with the dollar. I'm going to pull up that chart. The dollar yesterday, actually today, you can see it right here, in anticipation of the G20 meetings, has fallen to a new 12-month low. Its lowest point for the last 12 months. It's still above its record lows from a little over a year ago. Not much though, only about 5–6% away from its record low. The dollar could plunge to a record low in the next few days, but again, cyclically and fundamentally and technically, the forces are not completely lined up for a complete crash in the dollar. Not yet. I still maintain that we're a year or so away from that. I could be wrong, but if I am, we will know in plenty of time, and there's plenty of downside in the dollar coming to capitalize on that, and plenty of opportunity to take out further dollar hedges for your core portfolio. Exactly the inverse of what is happening in gold. Stock market is very resilient in here. Let's call up a quick chart on that. You know, we're pushing 9,800. Here we are, same chart. I haven't changed any of the lines on here. You can see this is the chart I've shown you over the last 2 weeks. This formation here is looking pretty good. I expect we'll get up to 10, just slightly above 10, possibly within the next week or so. But the market is getting tired in here. If we get a new high close to or slightly above 10,000 in the Dow, I would expect a 1 to 3 month pullback in October, November, and December, and then some consolidation early 2010, and then another leg higher. Natural resources in general, pretty much following gold and the dollar. Oil has been bouncing around, still in that trading range. I'm going to call up a chart here on oil. Let me get that up. This is a fresh quote here. One moment. Still in that $68 to $72 range, basically right in here. This overall is a long-term bullish pattern, and just terms of my gut interpretation of it. However, like gold, oil could first pull back before moving much higher. Cyclically, now is not the time for oil to be breaking out on the upside. So I don't think we'll be seeing $100 gold, $100 oil until later this year, early 2010, but we will see it again. It needs some further consolidation and pullbacks in here, much like gold does. That's it for now. I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.